take the 2 years to learn as much as you can, gain as many skills as you can, build as many relationships as you can, and then when you're 1 year in, start looking for other opportunities so that when the second year comes around, you're able to move on to something else. Good morning. So today is a work day. I am headed to the office. Typically, since transitioning from COVID and that whole situation, I don't even know if I can say that word here, but anyways, since transitioning from that work from home period, we've been working from the office 3 times a week. Well, we've moved to 4, but I've been trying to be there at least 3 times a week. So this is my work day. Today we're having a function with clients, so I'll be there to support that and make sure whatever is needed for that is in place. And yeah, so if you're new here, my name is Mila. I am a senior executive assistant. I work at an international organization. I've been in the administration field for about 11 years now, and it's a field that I'm really passionate about. I really enjoy it, and I really landed in it by me just trying to find my way in life, by me just trying to figure out what I want to do. While I was studying abroad doing my master's, one of the requirements for our dissertation was to do some on the field work and apply what we were learning on the field. So we had to find a company, an organization, or whoever that we were going to work with for a few weeks to a month or so, and they would rate us, and then we would also apply that experience into our dissertation. So it had to be a place aligned with what our dissertation topic was. Anyway, it's through that that I ended up interning at an education research institution, and I really actually enjoyed it. That was the first exposure I had to supporting a team, to admin work. And I was like, this is actually really nice, because I got to learn so much and I got to see the fruits of my support to the team. And I really enjoyed that. So that's when I decided that, forget all those other mainstream career paths. This is what I want to do. And it's been up from there.
I'm a spark, I'm a flame, I'm a fuse. What's the use?
I just want to say that, I'm very passionate about advocating for the admin field, because there's this stigma and perception in society that admin is very basic. Admin doesn't require you to apply your mind. Admin is just a desk job. And there was even someone who left a comment on one of my posts and say that admin it's a field for low IQ people, but she gets the appeal. And those are the type of perceptions that I'm trying to debunk, because I don't think that's true. You learn so much from admin, you gain so many skills, and it's really an opening into other great opportunities. I know so many people who went on to be executives from admin roles. Even my own growth has been pretty great, if I say so myself. And it hasn't always been easy. It hasn't always been enjoyable. It has had its challenges, but I feel like I'm in a place now in my career where I'm very happy. I really enjoy what I do. I enjoy working with the people I work with. I enjoy helping them and supporting them, in the way that I do, in the way that allows them to excel in their own roles and responsibilities. So yeah, one advice I always have is that, sorry, the sun was in the way there, but what I was trying to say is that one career advice that I have, or that I give in general, and not just for this field, but I think this applies to most career paths, is not to spend more than 2 years in one job if you're trying to grow, especially at the beginning. Take the 2 years to learn as much as you can, gain as many skills as you can, build as many relationships as you can, and then when you're 1 year in, start looking for other opportunities, so that when the second year comes around, you're able to move on to something else. And you just rinse and repeat, gain as many skills as you can, build really good relationships, grow your experience, because that will help you in your next position, or that will help you with your growth. And like I said, this works really well, especially in the beginning. I did that and it worked really well for me. And every time I got asked in a job interview, why have you spent no more than 2 years in every position before this? And I would just simply say that it was a very strategic move. I was very focused on career growth, and I believe in learning as much as you can, gaining as much skills and experience as you can in order to propel you to the next level. And those experiences and skills have helped me get to this point. That was always my explanation, and it was acceptable. But now, I find myself in a position, in a role that I'm really happy, and it's the longest I've been in any position, in any organization. It's been 6 years now, and I'm absolutely okay with it. I'm happy to settle in it, should God be willing, or should that be God's plan, because I'm happy. But yeah, that's the advice that I generally give people, and especially, like I said in the beginning. So anyways, I don't want to spend too much of this video just chatting and yapping, because I can absolutely do that. But if any of that interests you, you're more than welcome here. Please like, comment, subscribe. I enjoy engaging with people in the comments. So drop a comment. And yeah, I share a lot of this stuff, and the way I share it is based on my experience in the field. It's not like I went and picked up something I read or researched, or chat GPT and collected information and decided to come and just spew it on the internet. No, this is my lived experience, based off of my journey in the field. So if that's something you're interested in, you're more than welcome to stay and stick around. I'm so excited to get this channel up and running finally. And yeah, I'm wishing you a really great day, and I hope that you really get something from this channel, and if you do, please let me know. That will really encourage me that I'm on the right path, I'm really helping you, and I'll keep pushing and focusing on that.
Do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. Cause I want you, and I need you, and I'm down for you always, KB. Do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. Cause I want you, and I need you, need you.
You should let me love you. Let me be the one to give you everything you want and need. A very good love and protection. Make me your selection. Show you the way love's supposed to be.
Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. Cause I want you, and I need you, and I'm down for you always, KB. Do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. Cause I want you, and I need you, need you.
You should let me love you. Let me be the one to give you everything.
Now I'm leaving the office. I'm heading to go pick up my boys at school, and my day usually goes like me being in the office in the morning, and then I leave around lunchtime to get my boys at school. And when I get home, I have an hour to like settle down, and then I continue working. And it's a setup that works really well for me because, you know, as a working mom with small kids, it really allows me this flexibility to balance the two and to actually really show up for both roles to the best of my ability. And I'm really grateful for that flexibility, but and working with people who understand that. But one thing I've also learned is that trust is really important, right? And you know, as much as you're given those flexibilities, you also need to respect it by showing the people that you work for that they can trust you to do that. They can trust you to give you that flexibility. So I always make sure that I always show up for my job whenever I'm needed. I'm readily available. That's one thing about me. I'm very reliable in my role. So, you know, I understand it's not everyone that has that privilege or that opportunity. But one thing I've learned also is to be is to communicate. Communication is very important. So with every executive that I've worked with, starting in this organization, I always said to them, as soon as I started, I always had a meeting with them, and in the meeting I expressed to them that you can depend on me to show up 100%. I will show up for this role. I will be there to support you whichever way you need it. But the only thing that I ask is flexibility to pause during the day to go get my kids at school, and then I can continue from home. And I'm just grateful that all of them have been very understanding towards that. I don't know if it's because they're also family-oriented people, I don't know, but they've all just been very understanding towards that, and I'm really grateful for that. So that's something that's worked really well for me. So now I'm going to get my boys, and yeah, I'll continue working from home when I get home. I don't know if I should close this video here, but I think I'll close this video here. I think I've also shared quite a few things in this video that could help someone, and I'm really looking forward to going on this journey with you and sharing everything I know, my experiences. Please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions, and please check out my Substack, Dear Corporate Girl. I share a lot of articles there for corporate girlies, for anyone who is focused on the corporate career right now. Whether you're in university and preparing yourself to transition into the career world, or you're in your early years of your career, or you've been in it for a while, or whether you're an admin professional or not, I share quite a bit there that I think is insightful and can be very useful. So please do follow, and when you subscribe, you get a free corporate glossary, which I think is really cool. So do check it out, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.